Hi everyone. I just got out of the shower and I was about to reach for my hair dryer and I decided, nope, not doing it because I wanted to see how my hair just sits after purple shampooing it for the second time. So it's been a month and just letting it towel dry, air dry, whatever, because I realized in my last video that I was saying, like, even the title of it was that heat and gray hair do not mix. But this revelation came to me, and I thought, no, I think it's that hair and heat do not mix, regardless of the color. Like, I think that using products in our hair, but especially using heating devices, I don't think it's like a natural thing that we were supposed to do originally. And obviously, it looks amazing when you get a great blowout and you have your hair done in a specific way. And it's not, this might not look um, amazing for like a red carpet event or whatever, a big event, just to not dry it in a certain way. But I realized, especially after a lot of your comments, and even especially from the men out there, those of you who said that you don't really dry your hair, or one of you actually said that you did years ago and it damaged your hair as a male. And I think that for women, we end up using a hair dryer and heating tools on our hair much more than the average man. I think that the gray hair that shows the damage is actually just a reflection of what was always happening to the hair. Like, if I have dark hair, it's hiding whatever I might have damaged underneath. Like, you might be able to see that it's more dry or that it's less, you know, voluminous. But you can't necessarily see the damage. And if any of you watched the video that I linked to, that heat and gray hair do not mix video of mine, that video by Beauty 101 by Lisa. I'm going to make sure I say the name correctly this time because I misnamed it last time. Beauty 101 by Lisa, where she showed how the straightener, the heat from it, damaged her gray hair. It wasn't just, in my mind, it's not just because her hair is gray that her hair got damaged. It's that the heat damages hair. And because the gray is in its natural form and it's more sensitive, it's lighter, I think it just shows the damage much more. And for that person, Lisa, she really loves doing her hair, like using heating tools, using appliances and things on her hair to make her hair look amazing, and it always does. So for her, she didn't want to sacrifice using the tools for having her hair. Like, it was either keep the gray and not use the heating tools, or use the heating tools and color her hair. But on top of that, coloring her hair hid the, even though the hair wasn't damaged, it hid the color damage. So I mean, maybe a lot of you guys have already figured this out way in advance, but in my mind, that means that it's not the gray hair that's the problem. It's that the things that we use on our hair, the amount that we might put heat and other things that are not natural to the hair over and over years of time, that's actually what causes this illusion that gray hair is the problem. But it's actually that, in a way, gray hair could be the solution, because it emphasizes, it shows, it reveals, that's the right word, it reveals what is actually going on underneath all the dyeing of the hair, all the heating of the hair, like all of that. And so to me, this is not, like, I think each person still should have their own say of whether they decide to let their grays show or cover them. But this revelation for me adds to my desire to keep letting my gray hairs grow and show, because I want to know what is actually happening underneath. Like, I want to help. Those of you who have seen my videos and heard me talk about anything or everything know that I'm all about getting to the root of the problem, whether that's about your, health, trauma, insecurities, whatever. It's like, I want to get to the root, because I feel like the body speaks to us and tells us what we can change and what we can improve, not because our body is trying to harm us or hurt us. And that goes with aging, graying, anything. Like, I want to know what is causing that, or what is causing might even sound negative, but what does our body want to express by going gray? Or what, like, I think I was telling you guys that every time I'd get my hair colored, I felt like I was getting a bit of a rash or something in the back of my head, even when I was using no ammonia. And I was like, maybe my body's trying to tell me, like, we don't need this right now or anymore. Even, I remember the woman that kept coloring my hair, I love the color that she put in it, but she would always tell me that there were these baby hairs that were silver and gray in the front. She's like, I can't cover them up. Like, they don't want to be covered. And as soon as she said they don't want to, I remember I probably sounded very aggressive to her, or irritated, but I was like, then don't cover them. Like, don't worry about it. Then leave it. Like, in that moment, I realized that I had this feeling that, well, if we're trying so hard and it's not working, maybe that's not what is meant to happen. And maybe that's not what my body or my hair or my head or my follicles want. They don't want to be colored. They don't want to add more of this onto my hair. And just like that, today I came out of the shower and I was like, what would my hair and head feel like if I didn't use heat on it, if I didn't use a hair dryer? And it feels good. It feels natural, and it feels like I want to experiment with this. And I might not do it all the time, because depending on if I'm washing my hair that day to go somewhere and I need to be a little bit more ready looking, and or I might just run the hair dryer on a low heat instead of the heavy heat that I used to use. But yeah, I think this is really powerful. I think that as women especially, we probably put more heat and more, even forgetting about the dyes and the chemicals that go on our hair because of that. But the heating tools probably are causing some issues with our hair, like how fickle it can be, or how yellowing or brassy it can go. Maybe that's not just a gray hair phenomenon. Maybe it's a hair phenomenon. And the thing is that the gray hairs make it very apparent what is happening. I'm going to be linking a couple more videos in this one, in the write-up for this one, because there's one girl who has had graying hair for, like, she's very young and she had graying hair from her 20s. And she speaks so eloquently and so wise, like her words are so wise about why she's just letting her gray hair show, and how aging, we all age, and it shouldn't be something to be embarrassed about, and it should be something to like embrace and allow to empower us. And her video is amazing. She shows, like, she talks about the transformation when she was thinking of kind of having all of her hair like these gray tones, and then when she decided to go and just let the gray show. And yeah, it's a very inspiring video. And the second video that I'm going to link is this concept that this hairdresser stylist uses on a YouTube video. And he's working on this woman's hair who, her natural hair color is very dark, and she's been coloring her hair, the roots of her hair, like all the time, regularly. And now her roots have to be colored more often. And he was like, if you are wanting to, like, if you're not wanting to grow out your grays, but they're coming in that often, don't color your natural hair back to the color of your like dark roots. Like, don't keep coloring your roots dark and then cover the gray. Like, it's too much of a process to do all of that. And he said, you have the opportunity to use your natural grays that are growing out anyway as a natural highlight. So instead of going in and coloring the roots the dark color and then trying to cover the grays, use the grays as a natural highlight to a softer, lighter color. So color your roots a lighter, softer color, and then let the grays naturally grow in or grow out, whatever, however you want to word it. And it becomes this beautiful highlight. And what he did to her hair is so transformational. I loved it. So that's the option if you decide you don't want to grow out your grays yet, or like ever, I don't know. But you don't want to go through the hassle of always trying to cover the grays, and it's exhausting and it's expensive and it's kind of too much work. This way you're allowing the grays to show through, but not to this like loud extent, like, hey, look at me, I'm gray, like. And it's such a great video. So yeah, just wanted to leave you with that. Thanks all for listening. My purple shampoo second wash today, I'm going to see how that works, if it made it more dry or if it's okay. And also now the combination with not using my hair dryer today. So yeah, let me know what you all think. I will talk to you very soon. Probably sooner than normal, because I have some other topics that I have been really excited to bring up. So you will see me on here very shortly.